Are you ready to open up your intuition and to start to learn how to read and understand messages from your body? Hi, and welcome to today's topic, opening up your intuition. I am so thrilled to be here with you today. And I'm really super excited to be diving into this with you because this is also based on this big book of that I wrote, which is Metaphysical Anatomy. It's a big book of 679 medical ailments that has the psychosomatic stress of that for adults. This is so much fun because here today we're going to be diving a little bit more into how to read the body, how to open up our intuition. How does all of this come together and how does it even fit? So also I have what's called Intuitive Body Workshop, which is a workshop, one-day workshop that's super powerful and impactful, where you're going to learn how to read messages in the body, how to do intuitive readings, how to do remote viewings, how to open up your intuition, and also how to find your own intuitive reading style. It is really a lot of fun and so informative. You can learn how to read your own body, your kids, and also for your friends. If you want to do it professionally, you can do that as well. And of course, we have the kids version of this book as well, Psychosomatics of Children. It's a lot of fun. So you don't want to miss that as well. And remember also our weekly master classes every Wednesday where we tackle life challenges. It's fast track master classes. If you want to join, then you can come join us. And there's also always 24-hour replay available for you. Now let's start by diving into intuition. What is intuition? Now, intuition is our ability to connect with people and to assess information and data that isn't necessarily documented on paper or on your phone or something that you can necessarily see. This is now about receiving information through your sensory system. And here today, we're also going to be taking a bit of a closer look at intuition because this is a fascinating concept. And also the beauty of intuition, that it is a wonderful ability that we've all had. We all have this. And our ancestors as well, thousands of years ago, relied on the intuition for survival. And in just even centuries or two ago, they didn't have phones or GPSs or modern technology. They had to trust their intuition. And this was also very heightened because sometimes it was a matter of life and death. So they had to learn how to read their information coming in from their sensory system. Now we've changed in this era of electronics and technology, more relying on actual devices to think for us and to make decisions also for us. And as a result, we've become a little bit somewhat lazy, a little bit spoiled. Now, if we don't use certain senses often, they weaken, almost like muscles, right? We need to exercise our muscles regularly. Now, this poses a really big problem because it's affecting our ability to actually tap into God and our God-given gifts, including our intuition. But the gift now remains and is not always suppressed. That's the good news. We just simply haven't really exercised it as much as our ancestors did. Now, our ancestors, including, for example, native people that you will still see, they navigated across countries and colonies using the star systems and also their intuition. And they had a profound intuitive sense that actually helped them to interact with other tribes, assessing, danger or safety, especially during hunting expeditions, as an example. They also had a deep connection to each other and their environment. And our intuitive gift remains with us, but it hasn't been exercised as much as we probably need for it to, as the way our ancestors did, and for our intuition to work as effectively as we would like it to. Now, it is crucial to understand how intuition works, because intuition arises from our senses, our emotional data, and also environmental information, and that's transmitted through the quantum field, which is the space between you and I. Now, this is a concept that I find fascinating, and I've explored this very deeply with this book, Metaphysical Anatomy. You'll see the name, metaphysical, right? Meta. It refers to the energy that exists between you and me, holding unprovable, but also experientially real information. Now, for instance, you might be having a pleasant conversation in a cafe. And even though your conversational partner's face looks really happy, you actually start to feel like a bit of a drop in your connectional flow with this person. You intuitively feel that something isn't quite right. Now, perhaps this other person is experiencing maybe sadness or maybe a lot of distressing thoughts that you can't really see on their face, but you can feel it. Now, this is an excellent example of sensing the meta energy between you and this other person. And this meta energy is tremendously important because when you tap into it, you can heal, you can send healing, and you can also access information. And this is the basis of my research for this big book, Metaphysical Anatomy. Because listen, we need our intuition to read the body and to interpret messages. And to do this, we actually need our emotions to help us to interpret intuitive messages. Because sensory input only provides so much data. And the body now actually has a biochemical response to these emotional messages. And your subconscious mind retrieves relevant memories and also past experiences that's related to external messages to help you to understand and to connect. Now, your subconscious mind now has to figure out and decipher all of this, and to do so through your emotions as well. However, if you don't like to feel your emotions, you might be going to be facing a big problem now. Now, having set up your life maybe to avoid maybe feeling your emotions through strategies, secondary gains, coping mechanisms, I've done that too. Because of this, we might actually struggle to feel our emotions and as a result, connect to our intuition. Because many people feel their intuition is blocked, not because it's actually blocked, but because they've blocked their emotions, and emotions act as the barriers. Now, this is often because of having negative associations with our emotions and perhaps feeling now numb, depressed, or overwhelmed by negativity. So when you are preoccupied, for example, with something else, your focus is now on your problems. It's on stress, or maybe it's on things that you have to do. You don't necessarily feel like you have the time or the space or the energy to focus on other subtle, energetic sensations that our intuition will maybe provide. So it's your conscious awareness of this information that really matters, because your intuitive senses are constantly taking this data in, whether you are conscious of it or not. Now, intuition is not a conscious process, but it is about the awareness of unconscious data. Now, your intuitive consciousness that is now unattained by low vibrational emotions assesses this data with ease. However, it is in a constant struggle with the body's consciousness, which now deals with dense emotions, pressure, trauma, and also stress. Now, these two aspects must learn to communicate so that we can make sense of the body's challenges that's communicated through intuition, and also the sensory system, and ultimately our emotions. Now, in my work, particularly in my intuitive body workshop, I help people to befriend their bodies, their emotions, and the body's consciousness, because we often suppress this part of our bodies because we don't like sometimes how it makes us feel. So when things are going well, we don't really listen because there's not really anything to listen to. It's only when things go wrong, when there's pain or when there's discomfort, that the body screams for attention, and then suddenly we're like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, why do I have this pain? Because pain and discomfort, it serves as a call to action, because the body needs your help and it needs your support. However, instead of now listening, we often shut down our feelings, and we might have a negative association with feeling because we don't want to face discomfort. And we tend to ignore or to suppress these sensations. And if you are in pain, it indicates that your body is feeling unresourceful because it has now exhausted all its options to release the stress that is stuck within it. So negative emotions can disrupt the body's natural electrical flow, creating what? It creates blockages in the body and the energy flow, and causes stagnation. Now, this can result in stuck emotions and also psychosomatic disturbances in different parts of the body. Now, when the body's electrical flow and communication is interrupted, it affects the cellular health and communication between the brain and the endocrine system and also the vagus nerve. Now, we've all experienced feeling sick or having maybe digestive problems. We've all had that, and especially when we're very stressed. Now, it's because the gut that is responsible for producing 80% of serotonin is also directly connected to our emotions and our immune system. So, stress affects the gut flora and, in turn, the immune system, impacting our mental health and the emotional balance of it. So, our emotions are of great importance, and we must learn to befriend them as well. They hold significant value, and we can access valuable information a lot more quickly if we embrace our emotions, even if they feel unpleasant. Now, embracing them actually help us to address the underlying issues. And often, we also start to feel then the discomfort of stress. But here, what happens is we build negative associations with those feelings and how the body makes us feel. And we end up resisting it, creating another block. So, resistance can push away essential information and messages that we really truly need to pay attention to. And by learning to navigate awareness, we can address the core issues and also experience breakthroughs. Because awareness in your daily life, it allows you to hear your intuitive messages, and also it helps to facilitate also healing, and it enables you to assist others also on their healing journey if you choose that. So your subconscious mind now has to figure out and decipher all of this, and it's done through our own emotions. Now, here's the thing though. If you don't like to feel feelings, you are going to have a significant problem, as we already said. But why is it so hard to feel our feelings? Well, I think it's safe to say that a lot of us have structured our lives to avoid feeling through strategies of secondary gains and coping mechanisms, which we have touched on. And if we do that, we will struggle with our intuition. Because resistance and negative emotions, they push away vital information and also messages that we really truly do need to pay attention to. Because often when we try to deal with discomfort as fast as possible, we maybe might not apply the right solution to the problem. Now, what happens when we do that? There's a high chance for that wrong solution to cause more problems. Now, this means that the problem continues to persist and it leaves a person feeling helpless, angry, and very frustrated. Now, it's not necessarily that we're doing something wrong. It's just that taking action puts us ahead of the average person who might be suppressing issues with maybe alcohol, food, or other types of distractions. Now, understanding that awareness in our life is very, very crucial. Through this awareness, we can have our powerful breakthroughs. Because living an optimal life and communicating with other people can actually raise also their vibrations because our vibration is raised as well. So when you work and heal yourself, you call people's vibration into that same potential of opening up new doors for them and new possibilities of feeling and healing as well. Because have you noticed that when you talk to someone who's really happy, you actually start to feel good as well? And the reason why is because it's elevating your own vibration. However, the feeling might actually drop afterwards, indicating that maybe there's some certain challenges or negative mindsets that you might have that's pulling you back into that negative state. Because your thoughts and emotions also filter data into your conscious and subconscious mind based on what you are energizing as well. So keep in mind here, your awareness of all of this plays a significant role. And maybe the reason why you come out of that good positive state is because of these negative blocks that we might be feeling. So that positive vibration becomes overwhelmed by the negative vibration that you might be feeling because of maybe anxiety, depression, or negative thoughts. So the more awareness that a person can help start to build around their life and their emotions, for intuitive messages to come through, to learn and understand where are certain emotions stuck and to release that, the more you can raise your vibration so that you can stay in that happy place and space. And so now I would love to start a healing meditation with you. And so now when you are ready, let's start by taking a nice deep breath. And now I invite you to find yourself in an open space. And as you're finding yourself in that open space, notice a big waterfall standing there. I invite you to step underneath that waterfall. Feeling how that water is flowing over you and through you, soothing you, releasing exhaustion, tiredness, or stress that you might be feeling. And now, I invite you to become aware of perhaps any stress or strain that you feel in your life. And remember what we talked about earlier during the talk of befriending our emotions in order for intuitive messages to come forward with more clarity. So I'm just planting that seed in the back of your mind again. Just remember that. And I invite you to observe whatever stress you might be having right now, without judgment. Just have awareness of it. And now, where in your body do you feel that stress? Have awareness of that. Meaning when you think of the problem, where in your body do you feel it? Do you feel maybe in your heart becoming tense? Or you might just spontaneously feel that your awareness is just drawn to a certain area in your body? And now, I invite you to ask yourself now a question. What step do you know you need to take to start to resolve this challenge in your life? What step do you know you need to take to start to resolve this challenge in your life? Let that answer come forward now. And now, whatever the answer was, the next question is, what is stopping you from acting on that? What is stopping you from acting on that? It can be a fear, it can be anything. Whatever your answer was, imagine now a beautiful beam of light flowing from your head throughout your whole body, resolving and dissolving this emotional initial stress we talked about. resolving and dissolving this block that you're feeling right now. Feel how it's just becoming almost like liquid and flowing through your body and out of your body, down, 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 into the earth. Down, 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 down. Going, 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 going. Feeling your body expanding and feeling more at peace and a little bit lighter in the absence of that old stress. And now we're going to have fun. Imagine that your body had a voice. And just spontaneously, now that we've gotten a bit of blocks out of the way, just spontaneously, just on the count of 3, what would your body just spontaneously shout or say at you? Just 1, 2, 3, boom. Don't think about it. A quick countdown. 1, 2, 3, boom. What does it say? What do you sense? What do you feel? Very good. Whatever your message was, allow yourself now to just be with it. Because this message is a wonderful example of just how we can intuitively connect to the body. Sometimes the body might be a little bit angry because you haven't been listening to it for a while, so the message might be quite strong. Or maybe the body might be in a happy mood and is saying something funny, because the body can also have a sense of humor like you, because of course it's an essence of you. So whatever message you receive today, know that it's perfect. Very good. And now I invite you to bring your full focus and awareness to the bottom of your feet. Your full focus and awareness is at the bottom of your feet. And slowly start to follow my voice back into the room, back into the here and now. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me here today. And until next time, bye.
So guys, there you have it. Also remember to subscribe to my channel, stay up to date. And also I have a free MAC membership website where we have so many courses up there. There's meditations, there's workshops, whatever you need, it's there. There's so many wonderful webinar replays as well that you can benefit from and also to observe and to learn from. Guys, also remember that I have written 18 books. 18, 1, 8. And one of many among them are Metaphysical Anatomy and Psychosomatics for Children. So this one is a Psychosomatics for adults. This one is a Psychosomatics for kids. So these books are super popular. People love it. If you want to learn more about how your body works, understanding messages behind it, maybe you have that gnawing pain or maybe an ailment that's surfacing and you want to understand what is it that your body is trying to tell you. Guys, these books are going to be absolutely invaluable to you. You can find it at evettebooks.com, where you will also find all my other 18 books. And guys, also remember to keep asking all these great questions. I love to answer your questions at Ask Evette, where we discuss life conundrums and life challenges, and just answer questions perhaps where you feel quite stuck in your life. I would love to share my perspective with this and to help you to resolve perhaps certain pain points that you might be having in your life as well. So guys, remember to stay in touch. There's so many great things that's happening. And also something really awesome is that this book is already also in video format. So imagine 679 medical elements in video format, and with meditations and healing courses, workshops, masterclasses, everything behind that in our platinum membership site. So guys, remember to check that out. There is so many great things happening there. So see you there.